Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm the Rambling Director. We're back in Halloween. And so I'm going to be talking today about, appropriately enough, an Edgar Allan Poe story. Sort of. This was part of Roger Corman's Poe Cycle, which was a series of 7 or 8 movies in which he adapted several short stories originally written by Edgar Allan Poe into feature-length films. They are very, very loose adaptations, and all of them except The Premature Burial, I think, have Vincent Price in them in some respect, and he's the star of this one. Now, the real reason that I think most people would even be curious enough to watch this is not the Poe story, ironically enough. It's actually the cast list. This is a cast of Vincent Price, Peter Lorre, Boris Karloff, and a very, very young Jack Nicholson. 4 actors that it sounds like such a match made in heaven, and yet you would never actually expect those 4 to be put together. Vincent Price is the star of this one. He plays Dr. Craven. It's funny because it rhymes. And Dr. Craven is a wizard. And he is suddenly visited in the middle of the night, sometime after the death of his wife Lenore. And he's visited by a little black raven, and he's trying to entreat this raven to speak to him, and of course the raven says, "How the hell should I know?" in Peter Lorre's voice, and I laughed really hard, because you expect nevermore, but no, it's a little Peter Lorre's voice comes out, "How the hell should I know?" I just think that's funny. Dr. Craven turns Peter Lorre from a raven back into a man. There's some little funny jokes like there wasn't enough potion, so his arms stayed wings for a little while. And throughout the movie, you see Peter Lorre continually forgetting that he's not a raven anymore. Which is really, really weird because he's only been a raven for a few hours, and yet he acts like he was a raven for years. Peter Lorre's character tells Dr. Craven, Vincent Price, that actually Lenore, his long-lost love, is not dead. The body in the coffin is somebody else. Lenore, in fact, is at the castle of Boris Karloff's character. Boris Karloff plays Dr. Scarabus, which is another fantastic name. I love that. And he is kind of a dark wizard that everybody is really afraid of. There's a lot of build-up for Dr. Scarabus before you see him. And even knowing that it's going to be Boris Karloff, you get a real sense of, like, this guy is not somebody you want to mess around with. And Vincent Price is very much like, this guy and my father were mortal enemies. I don't want to face him. I can't face him. I'm not a great enough wizard to challenge him. But then when he knows that Lenore is somewhere in Scarabus's castle, he can't resist. He loves Lenore and he wants to go find her. So he decides, yeah, I'm going to go do it. Dr. Craven has a daughter, and Dr. Bedloe, that's Peter Lorre's character, has a son, and the son is played by Jack Nicholson. Now, what's wild is you would think that if Jack Nicholson was doing a big performance like he does in Little Shop of Horrors, or even later on in his career in The Shining, that these 4 actors would be incredible together. What's weird is that he plays it completely straight. And I don't mean like straight in the usual sense, like Boris Karloff plays his character pretty straight. And I think he's assuming that because this is a dark comedy, if he plays it very seriously, it'll be funnier. On the other hand, Vincent Price seems like he really wants you to know he's in on the joke. So even when he's mourning his wife, he's like, "Lenore, come back to me." And it's really not convincing, but it is funny. On the other hand, Peter Lorre is like a caricature of himself. I mean, his accent is even thicker. He is like constantly he's moping and moaning like Eeyore. And oh, he's so terrible. And when he's like fussing at his son, he like grabs Jack Nicholson and shakes him like a dog. Jack Nicholson is having none of that. Where Boris Karloff is trying to play it straight, I think Jack Nicholson believed he was in the greatest drama of all time because he is delivering all of this nonsense with the straightest deadpan imaginable. But unlike like Leslie Nielsen or somebody who could do that deadpan and make it really funny, Jack Nicholson just seems like he walked into the wrong movie. So the 3 of them go to Dr. Scarabus's house to try to get Final Lenore. But it turns out, or so it seems, that while Dr. Bedloe was drunk, he saw somebody who was not Lenore and made a mistake. And now Vincent Price's character, Dr. Craven, is on Dr. Scarabus's side. He has come to trust him completely, and even to the point that Dr. Bedloe challenges Scarabus in front of them, and they have a duel, and Dr. Scarabus turns Dr. Bedloe into raspberry jam. This is never really explained, and there's a little twist to that character later, which makes it seem all the weirder. Why raspberry jam? What is happening here? Now, I'm not going to spoil the movie, because I actually think you should go and check it out. It's cheesy as all get out. It's really goofy. But again, the movie seems like it's in on the joke. This is not meant to be taken seriously. It is a comedy. And if you like really campy stuff, I think you'd enjoy this. A good rule of thumb, a good way to gauge this, if you like the original Adam West Batman series in a comedic sense, you will like this movie. There's a point where Boris Karloff and Vincent Price are dueling with each other. Again, not going to give anything away, but they're dueling with each other. And they're both going, the special effects are really bad. They're like, and I don't mean they're bad like, oh, they didn't age well. I mean, they were bad in 1963. I was watching this with somebody else, actually, and as they were dueling, I was like, I can imagine this is what it looked like behind the scenes on Harry Potter. Just two great actors going at each other and trusting that the special effects artist would make them look good. But in this case, they did not. It just is really goofy. But if you like that sort of campy, cheesy goofiness, the sort of campy, cheesy goofiness that you would get out of House on Haunted Hill or, again, the Batman series, then I think you could come into this and really have a lot of fun. God knows I did. I had a great time. So I highly recommend it to you as my first official movie for the Halloween season this year on the Rambling Director channel. So thank you everybody for watching. God bless you, and I will see you in the next one.